Hi everybody, welcome to another skills and drills segment. Today I'm going to guide you through the process of discovering more distance for you off the tee. Something we're all interested in, I'm sure. Some of the fundamentals, some of the concepts, some of the what we call the power leaks attributed to a loss of distance off the tee. When it comes to distance, we talk about speed of the swing, power. We talk about good club face contact in the middle. We talk about square club face at impact. Those are very important fundamentals, okay? So looking ahead, we're going to divide this into 4 different videos. Getting you more distance has to do with you understanding some concepts of the setup, number 1, the takeaway, number 2, the backswing or end of backswing, number 3, and ultimately the forward swing. So this first segment is going to be about the setup. So let's get you in a position to have a chance to succeed with getting more distance, okay? This segment 1 also has 4 segments to it. The grip. Of course, what instructor doesn't start with the grip? What we're going to do in the setup with our upper body, what we're going to do with our setup in the lower body, what we're going to do in the setup with our ball position, okay? Again, everything here designed to give you maximum potential speed and distance, okay? All right, let's start with the grip. Most poor grips that we see, the player has the club too much in the palms of both hands, okay? So an easy fix to that is to instruct the players always to use fingers. If the fingers are controlling the club, you have a chance for speed, okay? Here's an easy exercise for you to get a feel for that. Reverse your club and hold it at the bottom of the shaft, and then just swing it and try to get the whistle of some speed. Do it 2 different ways. Hold it in the fingers first, and you'll hear the speed. Turn your body, simulate a swing. You'll hear a lot of speed there. Then do it with your palms, okay? And you'll hear a noticeable difference, dissipation of speed there. So speed comes from the fingers. Rotating the club face comes from the fingers, not the palm, okay? So that's a very general description of the grip. We'll get into more specifics of that later. Next fundamental, ball position. Ball position should be off the instep of the front foot. That is designed to allow us to have a path into the club or into the back of the ball that will have a little bit more of a level path to slightly up, okay? Poor ball position back means we're going to bottom out and come into it more steep. As the ball is more forward, we have a chance to then catch it a little bit more level and on the upswing. Anytime we're coming down steep on the ball, we're putting too much backspin on it, which is going to hold the ball up in the air and not get you distance and roll, okay? Related to that swing path also is going to be a segment from the back, and the ball position as well is from the back view. The more that ball position is forward, okay, the more we can swing the club down the line with a square club face, okay? Back and through. One of the fundamentals of a good impact is a path that works. If we're talking about a clock face here, camera is 6 o'clock, back to impact, towards the target on a straight line it would be 12 o'clock. We want a 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock impact, okay? So if the ball is too far forward, that leaves the 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock track, okay? Because we're chasing out to get the ball too much. If it's too far back off your back foot, our path has a tendency to move inside to outside too much. So that ball position has a lot to do with the impact angle coming into the ball and the path of the club relative to our 12 to 6 desire. Okay? Upper body next. Biggest fault I see with setups has to do with what our shoulders are doing in our setup. Okay? I see a lot of shoulders that are too level, and actually where the right shoulder is higher than the left. Okay? So let's fix that. Again, the more level and backwards they are, the steeper the club's coming into the back of the ball. And we're putting that backspin on it, hitting the ground with the driver. Nothing good about any of that. So our upper body, or spine tilt, we'll call it technically, has a little shift to the right. Okay? If you'll notice, my shoulder's high on the left, low on the right. That corresponds directly with my left hand being high on the grip and my right hand being low. Okay? So left shoulder high, right shoulder low, corresponding to the hands on the grip. Really quick, easy exercise for you to try here. Just take your driver and put it underneath your chin, put it against your chest, tilt to the right with your sternum until that grip hits the inside of your left thigh. Okay? And there you have a pretty good position. I leave it right there. I'm good to go. Okay? So this has a lot of good things happen with this position. We get a better coil from behind, and I already talked about how we come into the ball more level. Okay? So where the ball's placed in the stance is going to affect the swing path of the club level. Also, if we're too far behind, our path goes right. If we're too far forward, our path goes left. Okay? Lower body next. Last item. One of the things we need to understand about the driver is it's going to require, because of so much speed, we're going to have a lower body that's a little more stable on that backswing. Okay? So, for that reason, I want you to widen your stance. And I want, as a result of that wider stance, your back leg is going to have more of a pronounced angle to it than if it was narrow. And that is designed to help us stay stable with that leg on the backswing. We watch my leg angle stays pretty constant. That's what we want, so we get a big push going forward. What we want to avoid, because the nature of a driver swing is fast and hard, we get too much movement with the legs on the backswing, promoted by a narrow stance sometimes where we move off the ball this way. Now we're in no man's land. It's going to be very hard to compensate for that. So if I just took that stance and built it wider, I automatically made that back leg angle more of a brace. Okay? So back, through. So we're resisting with that lower body a little bit to get a bigger coil with the top half. Okay? So there's our 4 areas in the setup to look at. Next video, we're going to get into some of the takeaway fundamentals to help plug those power leaks. Until next time.